Have you ever met someone who walks into a room without saying a word, yet commands the attention of everyone present? Someone who doesn't shout, doesn't boast, doesn't try to prove themselves, yet exudes such a powerful aura that no one dares to underestimate them. They don't need to threaten or assert dominance. Their silence alone is a warning. If you pay attention, the most formidable figures in history are not the loud ones but the masters of control. Great leaders, undefeated warriors, and successful entrepreneurs all share a common trait: composure and unpredictability. Their silence is not weakness, it is a quiet power that keeps others on edge. Because when you don't reveal your emotions, don't expose your weaknesses, and don't let anyone know what you're thinking, you become an enigma. And the one thing people fear the most is the unknown. Think of figures like Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who led the greatest empire in the world with a mind as steady as a rock. He wasn't ruled by emotions, never succumbed to provocation, and it was this self-mastery that made him one of the greatest leaders in history. Or imagine a chess grandmaster. He doesn't need to threaten his opponent with words. A calm gaze, a cold and calculated move, and suddenly, his opponent starts feeling uneasy. They can't read his mind, can't predict his next move, and it is precisely this unpredictability that puts them at a disadvantage. This is the art of making others fear you without saying a single word. And this is also the secret of the Stoic masters, people with such immense inner strength that nothing can shake them. In this video, I will reveal to you 7 crucial principles of Stoic philosophy that will help you build an imposing presence without threats or displays of power. These principles have been applied by warriors, leaders, and the most successful individuals in history to control the world around them without ever having to raise their voices. Stay until the end, because once you understand and apply these principles, you won't just make your enemies wary, you will become invincible. No one will be able to manipulate you, no one will be able to break your composure, and most importantly, you will always be the one in control of the game. Let's begin. Secret number 1, master your emotions. Silence is power. Imagine a Roman arena. The crowd roars as 2 gladiators face each other. One is growling, eyes bloodshot, breathing heavily in rage. The other? He simply stands there, observing with a cold, unreadable gaze, no fear, no anger. Who is the real threat? The first man has already lost control, letting his emotions dictate his actions. But the second man, his calmness is unsettling. No one knows what he's thinking, no one can predict his next move. And the unknown is always the most terrifying. In life, it's the same. The loudest, most reactive people are usually the weakest. The truly powerful ones are those who can control their emotions because they never let anyone manipulate or exploit them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The closer a man is to a calm mind, the stronger he becomes." Let's look at a real-life example. Lin worked in a highly competitive environment. A jealous co-worker constantly tried to sabotage him, spreading rumors behind his back, mocking his work in front of their boss, purposely making mistakes and blaming Lin. But Lin never reacted. He didn't argue, didn't get angry, didn't try to defend himself. He simply continued working with an almost unsettling calmness. At first, the co-worker kept pushing, trying to get a rise out of Lin. But over time, frustration took over. He couldn't understand why Lin refused to react. He lost control, exposing his own toxic nature, and eventually, everyone turned against him. Meanwhile, Lin didn't have to say a single word. His calmness won the battle. Why is calmness the most fearsome weapon? Think about the most powerful people in the world. Do they let anger control them? Elon Musk, remains composed even when attacked by the media. Napoleon Bonaparte, a master strategist who never revealed his emotions on the battlefield. John Wick, fictional, but iconic, his enemies don't fear him because he yells, but because of his deadly silence. See the pattern? The truly powerful never let their emotions control them. Many believe that to command respect, they must appear aggressive, loud, or intimidating. But in reality, if you get angry, you've already lost. If you expose your emotions, you lose control. But if you remain calm, you become an enigma, unpredictable and untouchable. You cannot control the world around you, but you can always control yourself. Once you master your emotions, no one can manipulate you. No one can break you. And that is when you become truly formidable. Secret number 2, unshakable presence, the aura that commands respect. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room, say nothing, yet everyone turns to look? They don't need to speak loudly or make a scene, yet their presence alone demands both respect and caution. That is unshakable presence. Many assume that to be intimidating, they must constantly prove themselves. But the truly powerful do not need to. Their composure, control, and quiet confidence speak for them. A lion does not need to roar to prove it is the king of the jungle. Think of the most commanding figures in history and pop culture. Vito Corleone, the Godfather, never raises his voice, yet every word carries weight. James Bond, always calm, always in control. Keanu Reeves, in real life, humble, quiet, yet commands universal respect. What do they have in common? They don't try to prove themselves because their presence is proof enough. True confidence isn't loud. Imagine two men walk into a bar. One is loud, boasting about his money, strength, and success. At first, people notice him. But soon, they dismiss him as just another bragger. The other man says little. He walks in with steady, deliberate movements, makes eye contact without hesitation, and remains completely composed. Which one truly holds power? The first tries to impress. The second lets his presence do the talking. How to develop an unshakable presence? 1. Stand tall, body language is everything. No one respects a slouched, nervous person. When you stand tall, you project confidence and control. Walk with measured steps. Own the space around you. 2. Move slowly, but purposefully. Weak, insecure people fidget, blink excessively, or laugh nervously. Those with true power move with precision. Every action is intentional. Watch powerful characters in movies. John Wick, every movement is calculated. The Godfather, never rushes, always composed. 3. Maintain eye contact, never look away. Your eyes say more than words ever could. People with true presence never avoid eye contact. If someone provokes you, don't look away. If someone asks you something, hold their gaze. Real life example. Dung was a quiet man, but his presence was undeniable. During a heated business meeting, everyone was arguing. But Dung? He simply sat there, listening. No fidgeting, no interrupting. Then, after 10 minutes of chaos, he calmly spoke. And the entire room fell silent. Why? Because when you control yourself, when you refuse to be dragged into pointless arguments, people automatically respect you. Powerful presence isn't about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Want respect? Follow these 3 rules. Stand tall, command the room with posture. Move with control, no wasted movements, no nervous energy. Lock eye contact, no fear, no avoidance. Master these, and you won't have to say a word to be respected. They will feel your power. Secret number 3, action over words, silence your enemies with results. Ever heard someone constantly brag about what they're going to do but never actually do anything? Or someone who loudly claims to be the best, but fails when put to the test? The world is full of talkers. But the truly formidable don't need to talk. They let their actions speak. Legends don't brag. They deliver. Michael Jordan never had to declare himself the greatest, his trophies did it for him. Elon Musk doesn't argue about Tesla's future, he just builds it. Samurai warriors never boasted about their sword skills, they just won. Real life example. Long started a business, but people laughed at him. He's not cut out for this. That small company will never succeed. He's just another dreamer. But Long didn't argue. He didn't waste energy trying to convince doubters. Instead, he worked relentlessly. Years later, his business flourished. The same people who mocked him, now they wanted to work for him. But Long didn't need to say, "I told you so." His success was his answer. Powerful people don't argue, they win. If someone doubts you, don't argue, prove them wrong. If someone mocks you, don't react, let success shut them up. Instead of promises, deliver results. The world doesn't listen to excuses, it listens to outcomes. So stop talking. Start doing. And watch the world fall silent in front of you. Secret number 4, do not react to insults. Silence is your enemy's greatest fear. Have you ever encountered someone who deliberately tried to provoke you? A colleague who enjoys criticizing you in front of others? A family member who constantly mocks your success? A toxic internet troll leaving negative comments just to see you get angry? If you react by getting angry, arguing, or trying to defend yourself, you've fallen into their trap. Why? Because they don't care about the truth. They don't care who's right or wrong. They just want to see you lose control. But if you stay calm, don't react, don't argue, and don't let them see they affect you, they lose their power over you. When you don't react, you make them feel powerless. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." You can't control what others say about you, but you can always control how you respond. And that control makes you powerful. The story of Lynn, the power of staying calm. Lynn was a hard-working office worker, but she had a tough boss. He constantly criticized her in front of colleagues with sarcastic remarks. "You work this slowly. I don't even know if you deserve this position. If you keep this up, I doubt you'll have a future here." Everyone around her felt bad for Lynn, but she never reacted. She didn't argue, didn't defend herself, and didn't show any anger. She just smiled slightly and continued working as if she hadn't heard anything. At first, her boss kept provoking her, hoping she would lose control. But when he saw she remained calm no matter what, he started to feel uncomfortable. Over time, he realized that his words had no effect on her. And when he couldn't manipulate her emotions anymore, he stopped trying. She didn't need to argue. She didn't need to fight back. Her silence was the strongest response. The power of silence. When you react angrily, you show your enemy that they've succeeded in getting under your skin. When you argue, you lower yourself to their level. But when you don't react, you make them feel powerless. When someone insults you, they expect you to react. They want to see you get angry. They want to see you argue. They want to see you lose control. But when you stay calm, indifferent, and unaffected, they become confused. They start asking themselves, why isn't he reacting? Did I say something wrong? Am I losing control over him? And that uncertainty terrifies them the most. There's a powerful saying. Dogs bark, but the lion never bows down to respond. Do you ever see a champion arguing with the audience? Do you ever see a successful entrepreneur wasting time responding to haters? Do you ever see a king debating with commoners? No. Because truly powerful people never let the weak pull them down to their level. If someone insults you, ignore them. If someone tries to provoke you, act like you don't care. If someone wants to argue, stay silent and watch them lose control instead. When you ignore those who don't deserve your attention, you make them fear you more than any words ever could. In a world full of noise and negativity, those who stay calm and composed are the most powerful ones. Your enemy wants you to be angry, don't give them what they want. Your enemy wants you to react, confuse them with your silence. Your enemy wants to control you, show them they have no power over you. A lion does not concern itself with the opinion of sheep. Remember, smart people never argue. They let their actions speak for them. Secret number 5, control what others know about you. Mystery is power. Imagine you are playing chess. If your opponent knows all your strategies, strengths, and weaknesses, what happens? They can predict your every move and control the game. But if you keep your strategy hidden, if they can't read your emotions, if they don't know what you're thinking, they will panic, lose control, and make mistakes. Life works the same way. Sun Tzu once said, appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Smart people never reveal their full plans, emotions, or weaknesses. They only show others what they want them to see. Think about the most powerful figures in history. Steve Jobs always kept Apple's new products a secret, making the world eagerly anticipate every release. Elon Musk never reveals all his plans, always keeping competitors and the market on edge. Batman, no one knows exactly what he's thinking, and that's why his enemies fear him. The less people know about you, the harder it is for them to manipulate you. How to become mysterious and unpredictable. 1. Don't reveal too much about your emotions. If you expose too many emotions, people will find your weaknesses. If you get angry easily, they will provoke you. If you get sad easily, they will manipulate you through sympathy. If you trust too easily, they will take advantage of you. Let people guess what you're thinking. When they can't predict you, they lose control. 2. Don't reveal too much about your plans. If you tell everyone your business ideas, someone might steal them. If you talk about your promotion goals, someone might sabotage you. If you always announce what you're about to do, you create unnecessary pressure on yourself. 3. Don't share too much about your personal life. If people know your family problems, they can spread rumors. If they know your financial situation, they might take advantage of you. If they know your struggles, they might use them against you. In a world where everyone wants attention, those who stay private hold the real power. The power of being mysterious. When you don't reveal too much about yourself, you can't be manipulated. You stay in control. You make others curious and uneasy. Remember, mystery is power. Keep the important things to yourself and let others wonder. Stop talking about your plans. Let your results speak. Don't expose too many emotions. Let people struggle to figure you out. Always keep a part of yourself untouchable. When you master this, you will become unpredictable, formidable, and always in control. Secret number 6, work in silence, let results speak for themselves. Have you ever met people who love to boast about what they're going to achieve, but after some time, nothing actually changes? They claim they will start a business and make millions, yet 6 months later, they're still in the same place. They say they'll work out to get in great shape, but 3 months later, there's no progress. They announce their ambitious goals, but no one ever sees them take action. The reason is simple: they waste their energy talking instead of doing. When you talk too much about your plans, you face 3 major problems. 1. You attract doubters and saboteurs. Not everyone wants you to succeed. When you publicly announce your goals, some people will try to discourage or even sabotage you. They might mock you: "Do you really think you can do that?" They might plant doubt: "Are you sure this idea will even work?" They might create obstacles to make you quit. 2. Others can steal your ideas. Imagine you have a brilliant business idea. Excited, you share it with a friend. A month later, you discover someone else has launched it before you. When you talk too much about your plans, you unintentionally give others the opportunity to act before you do. 3. You create unnecessary pressure on yourself. When you say you'll achieve something, you create expectations from others. If you fail, you'll feel embarrassed. If it takes longer than expected, you'll feel pressured. If you face setbacks, you'll fear being judged. The story of Mai, success in silence. Mai was a young woman with a dream of starting her own online fashion store. When she shared her plan with friends and colleagues, they laughed. Hundreds of people are already doing this. What makes you different? Business is hard. Are you sure you'll succeed? You'll probably give up within a month. But Mai didn't argue. She didn't try to convince anyone. Instead, she silently started working. She studied business strategies and found quality suppliers. She carefully designed a website and built her brand. She worked every single day without boasting or seeking validation. 6 months later, while her friends were still mocking her, her store was already generating steady income. A year later, while the same people were still stuck in their jobs, Mai had expanded her business and become successful. She never needed to say anything. Her results spoke louder than any words ever could. Why the most successful people stay silent? Have you ever seen champions argue with losers? Have you ever seen successful entrepreneurs waste time bragging about their plans? Have you ever seen a warrior announce their every move before battle? No. Because truly powerful people don't talk, they act. And when they act, their success becomes the loudest statement. How to apply this in your life? If you want to be strong, work in silence. If you want to succeed, don't talk, let your results speak. If you want respect, let your actions prove your worth. Because when you achieve success, you won't need to say a word. Secret number 7, live by your own rules, become unstoppable. Have you ever felt like you had to change yourself just to please others? You dress the way society expects you to. You laugh at jokes you don't find funny just to fit in. You follow other people's opinions because you fear criticism. But here's a harsh truth. No matter how hard you try, you will never please everyone. The more you try to be liked by everyone, the more you lose yourself. And a person without principles is just a puppet controlled by others. The strongest people in the world have one thing in common. They don't seek approval. They live by their own principles. They never apologize for being themselves. The story of Hai, earning respect through self-belief. Hai was a talented man, but he always felt undervalued. At work, he tried hard to fit in. He forced a fake smile at jokes he didn't enjoy. He agreed with ideas he didn't truly believe in. He worked overtime without complaint, afraid of being seen as lazy. But no matter how hard he tried, his colleagues never truly respected him. One day, Hai decided to change. He stopped trying to please everyone and started living by his own rules. If he disagreed with an idea, he voiced his opinion with confidence. If he had a different perspective, he stated it firmly but respectfully. If he didn't find something funny, he didn't force himself to laugh. At first, people were shocked because they weren't used to his honesty. But over time, they began to respect him more. Why? Because a person with principles is always stronger than someone who is easily influenced. The harsh reality about people. If you constantly change yourself to please others, they will never respect you. But if you stand firm in your principles, they may dislike you at first, but eventually, they will respect you. Look at the greatest figures in history. Elon Musk was mocked when he talked about electric cars, but he never changed his vision. Now, the whole world recognizes him. Michael Jordan didn't care about others' opinions of his playing style. He became a legend. Keanu Reeves never tried to act like a typical Hollywood star, yet he became one of the most admired actors in the world. How to gain respect? Don't change yourself just to please others. Don't apologize for being who you are. Live by your own principles, and people will have no choice but to respect you. And when you do that, you will become unstoppable. Conclusion. The strongest people are not the loudest ones. They are not those constantly trying to prove themselves. Instead, they are the ones who control their emotions, act in silence, and carry an unshakable presence. They don't need to speak to show power because their confidence, composure, and deliberate actions say everything for them. Do you want to become unshakable? Do you want to master your emotions, actions, and presence so no one can underestimate you? If the answer is yes, start today. Like this video if you found it useful. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss content that makes you stronger every day. Comment below, I will apply this today, so we can build an unstoppable mindset together. Because you don't need to talk much. Let your actions define you.